Hi, hello guys. This is Vijay, chemistry lecturer from Ailabad Junior College. As you know that we have started our NEET series. Based on that, we are discussing in detail about NEET biological science and also chemistry. In that category, today we are going to discuss about unit 2 atomic structure in detail. There are few topics we are going to discuss. Let's get started. So now, let us talk about this unit 2 atomic structure. Today we are going to discuss in detail about Bohr's model of an atom, and what are the different postulates mean the related to the Bohr's model of an atom, theories related to this Bohr's model of an atom concept, postulates of Bohr's model, and also we are going to discuss about what are the reason for the success of this Bohr's model of an atom and success of Bohr's model, and also we are going to discuss about limitations of Bohr's model of an atom are also called as that drawbacks of Bohr's model of an atom. Okay, let us start first. Now, Bohr's model of an atom, in the year 1913, to overcome the drawbacks which are related to the Rutherford's model of an atom, that could be explained in detail about the line spectrum of the hydrogen. Niels Bohr, who is a Danish physicist, in the year 1913, okay, who proposed a specialized model of an atom that is based on that particular atom is based on the Planck's quantum theory of radiation, and this model of an atom is called as Bohr's model of an atom. Let us talk about in detail about what are the postulates related to this Bohr's model of an atom. Okay. Talking about these postulates, he could able to confirm with the few hypotheses or the postulates based on his observation. From the drawbacks what he could able to observe from the Rutherford's model of an atom, he could able to form certain postulates. Let us talk about one by one. The first one, that is discussing about orbit. Okay, let us talk in detail about this. An atom, which is consisting of a small, heavily positively charged nucleus that is present, that is occupying at the center of the nucleus, that is occupying at the center of the atom. Okay, and this atom, the particular nucleus which is occupying at the center, is exclusively heavy particles of this positively charged particle. So for example, if this is an atom for an assumption, okay, and this is considered to be what? The nucleus, and which possesses positively charged cloud particle. Okay, and these positively charged, heavily positively charged particle present in the nucleus, which is surrounded by an negatively charged particle around this nucleus, that is considered to be electron. Okay, now the electrons in an atom which is revolving around the nucleus only in a circular path, and these circular paths are called as orbits. Talking about this orbit, so the first and foremost postulates of Bohr's model of an atom is discussing about the energy shell or orbit. Okay, what is the meaning of energy shell? Let us talk about this in detail. These orbits which are associated with certain definite energies in each level. Say for example, this is the nucleus which contains the heavily positively charged particle which is surrounded by this electron, which is revolving around, and this particular electron which is originating a circular path, that path is called as orbit, or also called as energy level or the energy shell, and this particular electron which is revolving around this orbit having some certain definite energy. Similarly, we could able to see like that different types of energy levels with different, the energy shells or the energy levels or orbit with electron which is also revolving around this nucleus which is occupying at the center. And these circular path are called as orbits, and these orbits which are associated with definite energy cells, definite energies which are called as energy cell or also called as energy levels. Okay, and these energy levels are numbered with certain alphabets, and these are also numbered numerically as energy level 1, energy level 2, energy level 3 and energy level 4, and goes on. Okay, these energy level 1, its energy is different as comparing to the energy level 2, as comparing to the energy level 3, as comparing to the energy level 4, because every level of this circular path having definite energy. With the help of that energy, the electron could able to revolving around the nucleus. Okay, talking about these energy levels, 1, 2, 3, 4 and goes on, it is also denoted by the alphabetical letters like K, L, M and N. K, L, M, N. These are also called as different energy shells or the energy levels. Energy level K, energy level L, energy level M, energy level N. And next, the second postulates of this Bohr's model of an atom. The first one representing about the different energy levels, the circular path where the electron which is revolving around the nucleus, it is also called as orbit, and these could be described by 1, 2, 3, 4 or also K, L, M, N, different energy shells or energy levels. Talking about the second postulate, the energy of an electron in the orbit which does not change with the time. According to the time, the energy levels will not change. It is also explained in other word like the electron remains in a particular orbit, it does not lose or gain energy. Means, say for example, the electron present in the K shell which do not lose its energy or which do not gain its energy. This here, what about the energy of this particular electron present in the K shell? Always which is constant. That is the reason this particular path which is also called as stationary state or allowed energy state, which is also called as stationary state or allowed energy state. That is the second postulates of this Bohr's model of an atom. Stationary states. Stationary states represents about the electron present in each shell of an atom that do not gain the energy as well as that do not lose the energy or lose the energy. No, the energy present in the electron in a particular orbit, like for example K or L or M or N, which is always constant, remains constant. That is the reason these particular orbits are also called as stationary states of orbit. Okay, so this is what the second postulate of Bohr's model of an atom. Next, talking about the third postulate of an atom. The third postulate of an atom, Bohr's model of an atom, that is explaining about angular momentum. Angular momentum. Talking about. So talking about this, first of all, we should know that only those orbits which are permitted in which the angular momentum of the electron, which is always equal to the whole number multiple of h by 2 pi. H by 2 pi. What is the meaning of this h by 2 pi? H is nothing but Planck's constant. No, where the h is denoted as Planck's constant. It has certain value, as we discussed in the earlier chapter. Similarly, 2 pi, this is nothing but where the electron which is revolving around a circular path, the circular path which is denoting for this 2 pi. Okay, so here the angular momentum, the circular orbit has an angular momentum that is equal to mvr. The angular momentum of this electron in the circular path, that is equal to mvr. What is the meaning of this mvr? So m is nothing but mass of the electron. Mass of the electron which is revolving around this circular path. Whereas v, that is considering for velocity, this is called mass and this is called velocity, and r, that is standing for radius of the circular path. So the angular momentum of the electron which is revolving around the circular path always equal to mvr, and this angular momentum mvr is the whole number multiple of h by 2 pi. So we can consider this as mvr is also equal to n into h by 2 pi. Okay, so n into h by 2 pi, that is nothing but h is nothing but the Planck's constant, and 2 pi, that is nothing but what? The circular path of the electron where it is revolving around. And here this n, small n, which is denoting for the stationary orbit, that is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on the orbit which we are going to be consider, are also called as KLMN. So particularly we are talking about, if in case we are considering this is for the first orbit, 1 into h by 2 pi. Talking about second orbit, 2 into h by 2 pi. Talking for third orbit, that is 3 into h by 2 pi. So based on that, this angular momentum of the electron could be described. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about the fourth and last postulates of this Bohr's model of an atom. So fourth postulate of this Bohr's model of an atom, that is describing about excited state. Excited state. What is the meaning of this excited state? Let us discuss in detail about this excited state. Okay, whenever the energy which is emitted or the energy which is observed only when the electrons which could able to jump from one energy level into the another energy level. Say for example, here talking about this K cell, there is an electron which is trying to jump into the next level of this atom, that is L. Then there must be an energy which is emitted or the energy could be absorbed. Okay. So when the energy which is supplied to an atom, its electron, either it may observe the energy or either it could be able to release the energy, jumping into the higher energy levels, different levels of energy. Okay, whenever the electron which is jumping from one stationary orbit into the other stationary orbit, that means the higher energy state of the electron is always called as excited state. Excited state, that is explaining about how the energy which could be emitted when the electron that could able to jump into the higher energy state. So that is explaining about this excited state. Say for example, when the electron which is absorbs energy equal to E2 minus E1, it jumps the higher energy level, it radiates the same amount of energy. Say for example, this could be described by a small simple equation. Delta E is nothing but changing of energy level which is changing, that is E2 minus E1. Energy level 2 to energy level 1. So this particular the point of this postulates of Bohr's model of an atom is describing about when the energy which is emitted or observed, whenever the electron that could able to jump from one energy level into the another energy level, that may be it could able to jump from the higher energy level into the lower energy, or the lower energy level into the higher energy level. So based on that, the excited state could be created. So this is about postulates of Bohr's model of an atom. So this could be explained by a simple diagrammatic. So there is an atom having two different energy level, nucleus which is occupying at the center. Here the electron that could able to jumping from the lower energy level into the higher energy level, the lower stationary state to the higher stationary state. That means here, from here to here, the electron that is trying to jump from level 1 to level 2, then this could be considered as E2 minus E1. That is also called as here the energy that could be observed. When the energy is observed, the electron could be able to jump from the lower stationary state to the higher stationary state. Similarly, in the other picture you see, this is the nucleus occupying at the center, and there are two different stationary states where the electron which is present from here to it is moving towards to the lower energy level. So here what happened, the value will be E2 minus E1. That is also considered to be the energy that could be emitted. So the two different between this picture are, here the energy is emitted, whereas here the energy is absorbed. So when the energy is absorbed, the electron could be able to move from lower stationary state to higher stationary state, whereas the electron which is emitting the energy, it is jumping from higher energy state to the lower energy state. So this could be explained by the simple formula, delta E is equal to E2 minus E1. Okay, so this is about the excited states of this, the postulates of the Bohr's model of an atom. And next we are going to discuss about what are the success of this Bohr's model of an atom. We will discuss in detail. As you know that guys, till now we have discussed in detail about a few topics from this unit 2 atomic structure, and this particular topic we will continue with one more video. Until then, thank you guys.